10 WWE Superstars triple has completely failed. 1 year ago, these WWE Superstars were on top of the world. Today, buried, forgotten, wasted. Triple H's creative reign was supposed to be a new era, but behind the scenes, it's been a disaster for these 10 talents. From botched heel turns to career-killing booking, this is the real story WWE doesn't want you to see. And by the end, you'll understand why fans are furious. Shinsuke Nakamura, the title reign that killed his career. When Shinsuke Nakamura won the US title from LA Knight in 2024, fans rioted, and not in a good way, because let's be honest, this wasn't just a bad decision, it was career suicide. Nakamura's reign wasn't just forgettable, it was invisible. No feuds, no character work, it's just a ghost holding a belt. And the worst part, this wasn't some rookie, this was Shinsuke freaking Nakamura, a man who main event NXT TakeOver, who had legendary matches in Japan, who once made the WWE Universe quake with his entrance. But in 2024, he barely got a golf clap, and the blame falls squarely on Triple H, because when you take a star this talented and reduce him to a background character, that's not a bad booking, that's career murder, and now there may be no coming back. The New Day, a heel turn dead on arrival. When Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods turned on Big E in 2024, it should have been legendary. The crowd was electric, the moment felt real, but fast forward to today, and what does WWE have to show for it? Nothing. No tag title chase, no blood feuds, just two of WWE's most charismatic stars floating in mid-card purgatory. Here's the brutal truth. Triple H had the perfect reset button for WWE's dying tag division. The New Day as vicious, title-hungry heels? That's money. But instead of capitalizing, WWE let them rot for 4 months before even mentioning the tag belts. And now, the hype's gone. The moment's passed. What should have been the revival of WWE's tag team scene is now just another wasted opportunity, because when you tease a revolution, deliver nothing, fans stop believing, and that's exactly what happened here. Alexa Bliss, the Royal Rumble moment that led to nothing. When Alexa Bliss's music hit at the 2025 Royal Rumble, the crowd exploded. This was her moment, her redemption. So why has she vanished since? No major storylines, no marquee matches, just crickets. And for a star this over, that's not just confusing, it's insane, because here's the truth. Bliss is one of the biggest draws in WWE. Her character work, elite. Her fan connection, unmatched. Yet WWE's treating her like a part-timer, while SmackDown desperately needs star power. This isn't just a missed opportunity, it's creative malpractice. And if Triple H doesn't fix it soon, he might lose her for good. The Wyatt Six, from hottest act to complete ghosts. Remember their debut? The chills, the hype, the instant buzz that had everyone talking. The Wyatt Six weren't just back, they felt dangerous. And then nothing, no follow-up, no major feuds, just a slow fade into obscurity. Even Uncle Howdy's injury doesn't excuse this, because where are the vignettes? The teases, the anything to keep them relevant. Triple H had lightning in a bottle, and he dropped it. And now, with WrestleMania just weeks away, the Wyatt Six aren't just forgotten, they're a joke. And that's not just disappointing, it's unforgivable. Solo Sikoa. The Bloodline's fallen ere WWE positioned Solo Sikoa as the future of the Bloodline in 2024. The enforcer turned heir apparent who would carry the legendary faction into its next era. His ruthless aggression, silent intensity, and connection to the legendary Anoa'i family bloodline made him the perfect successor to Roman Reigns' throne. When he stood toe-to-toe with the tribal chief himself, it felt like WWE was planting the seeds for a decade-long main event run. Then came the loss to Reigns at the Netflix premiere event. What should have been a career-defining star-making performance instead became the moment Solo's momentum flatlined. WWE's booking since has been nothing short of disastrous. A series of random, directionless feuds that have reduced one of their most promising young stars to a mid-card afterthought. His current storyline with Jacob Fatu perfectly illustrates the problem. Instead of establishing Solo as the dominant force he was meant to be, fans are overwhelmingly cheering for Fatu, leaving Sikoa looking like just another guy rather than the next great Samoan destroyer. The fundamental failure here is one of vision. When you position someone as the next Roman Reigns, you can't have them lose credibility in meaningless programs. Solo should be dominating opponents, cutting intense promos about upholding the Bloodline legacy, and positioning himself for a future world title run. Instead, he's become lost in the shuffle. A far cry from the silent killer who once made the entire locker room nervous just by standing ringside. WWE still has time to salvage this. A shocking WrestleMania moment, a dominant streak, or even turning his face could reignite his career. But with each passing week of aimless booking, the harder it becomes to see Solo as anything more than a missed opportunity. Living proof that in WWE, being the next big thing means nothing if creative doesn't follow through. Andrade, the invisible superstar. Andrade's 2024 WWE return had all the makings of a superstar resurgence. explosive matches, fan excitement, and undeniable in-ring brilliance. Yet in a baffling creative decision, WWE has completely sidelined one of their most talented performers, leaving him absent from SmackDown's expanded 3-hour format without explanation. This mishandling represents a staggering waste of potential, whether due to backstage politics, personal circumstances, or simply poor booking. His electric chemistry with Carmelo Hayes proved he can deliver show-stealing performances, while his history with Zelina Vega offers ready-made storyline potential. At a time when WWE desperately needs fresh, compelling matchups, keeping a wrestler of Andrade's caliber off television isn't just confusing, it's borderline negligent. Unless creative finds a meaningful role for him soon, WWE risks losing yet another elite talent to competitors who would jump at the chance to showcase his abilities. Drew McIntyre, the WrestleMania snub that broke the Scotsman. Let's be brutally honest, Drew McIntyre was the heart of WWE in 2024. His promos weren't just good, they were must-see television. His matches, show stealers. The man carried the company on his back through some of its most turbulent months. So how does WWE reward him? By booking him in a nothing feud with Damian Priest at WrestleMania 41 while the world title scene passes him by. This isn't just disappointing, it's insulting. Fans expected McIntyre to face John Cena in a dream match, or at least challenge for the world title he's been chasing since his return. Instead, he's stuck in a mid-card program that feels like an afterthought, and the worst part, Drew knows it. His recent promos have had an edge of frustration that feels too real. The message WWE is sending is clear. Drew McIntyre, despite being one of their most reliable stars, isn't the guy anymore. And if Triple H doesn't correct course fast, maybe with a King of the Ring win or a SummerSlam main event, McIntyre might just walk. Because after everything he's given this company, he deserves better. Austin Theory, from WrestleMania main event to pre-show jobber 2 years ago, Austin Theory beat John Cena at WrestleMania 39. Let that sink in. He was handpicked by Vince McMahon as the next big thing. Now, he's getting squashed in 30 seconds on Raw, and fans are laughing at his downfall. This isn't just bad booking, it's career sabotage. The Theory has everything WWE claims to want: youth, charisma, and in-ring skill. But under Triple H's regime, he's been treated like a joke. The YouTube dislikes on his recent squash match, over 85,000, prove one thing: fans see the wasted potential. The worst part? WWE knows Theory could be a star. His brief facial teases got real reactions, but instead of committing to a full reinvention, they keep him in this limbo, too bland to be a heel, too buried to be a face. If Triple H doesn't act now, maybe with a shock return, a new faction, anything Theory's career might be beyond saving. Bayley, the invisible champion who deserved more. Bayley's 2024 Women's Championship reign should have been a redemption arc. After years of proving herself as one of WWE's most versatile performers, this was her chance to solidify her legacy as a top-tier star. Instead, her reign was forgettable, a placeholder with no real feuds, no standout moments, and zero momentum. WWE had gold with Bayley. Her work as a heel in 2020 was some of the best character work in years. But as champion, she was booked like an afterthought, just filler, until Nia Jax took the title. And then, when fans finally thought she'd get her WrestleMania moment against Roxanne Perez, WWE scrapped it without explanation. Now, she's chasing the new Women's Intercontinental title, a consolation prize for a star who should be main eventing. Bayley is too good to be wasted like this. If WWE doesn't start treating her like the main event player she is, they risk losing one of the few women who can carry this division. 10th, Finn Balor, the prince who became a punching bag. Finn Balor isn't just losing, he's being erased. Once the first ever Universal Champion, a man who main event NXT takeovers, he's now reduced to putting over everyone while getting nothing in return. 2025 has been rock bottom for Balor. His Royal Rumble entrance got zero reaction. His matches, rare wins, and when he does win, like against Penta, it feels like an accident. The fans have stopped caring because why would they? WWE has spent years telling them Balor doesn't matter. Here's the tragic truth: Balor is still one of the best in-ring performers in WWE. His NXT run proved he could be the guy, but unless Triple H radically reboots him, maybe with a long overdue babyface turn, a faction, anything, Finn Balor's career will end not with a bang, but with a whisper. Final thoughts: these aren't just missed opportunities, they're unforgivable failures. Triple H's WWE has revived careers. See Jey Uso, LA Knight. But for these 10 stars, it's been a graveyard. And unless something changes fast, WWE might lose them for good. Call to action. Who do you think WWE has failed the worst? Drop a comment and smash like if you want a part 2 exposing more botched booking.